Hi, I'm Sarah, and I wanted to do a little book review of a book that I recently read and loved. I've got the Cinque Terre in the background. My sister's actually in the Cinque Terre in Italy right now, so this is my one consolation. I get to look at this picture, and you get to look at it as I review this book. So the book that I just read is called The Child, and it's by Fiona Barton. This was a July Book of the Month book. And I actually didn't pick it because it sounded like the premise was kind of sad, because the child that the title refers to is about a newborn baby, baby's bones that were found under an excavation site by some construction workers. And what follows is uncovering the mystery behind why that little child was buried there. So it sounded a little bit sad. Some of the things surrounding the story sounded like it might be kind of sad. But then I heard that Fiona Barton is a British author, which I love. And then this was written in kind of an investigative style, kind of going through the story of unearthing all the facts and coming to a conclusion about what happened. So I love all those elements, and I kind of wished that I had picked this for my Book of the Month club, but I was so fortunate because one of my book club members actually gave this to me because she had an extra copy, which I was thrilled. So I got to read it. I read this book in a couple of days. It was so entertaining. It was so engaging. And this is everything I personally love in a thriller. It talked about, it had the elements of empathy and human interest and what happened to these people and helping you understand. And then there's the mystery part of it. The beginning of the book, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but I'm not going to give you any spoilers, I promise. But in the beginning of the book, we're introduced to three characters. And the story starts because of what happened at the construction site. Hi, Chief. And then a local paper picks it up, and they print literally two sentences like, this baby, this little grave site was found, and they know nothing else about it. So it's a very short story. So first we're introduced to a character named Emma. And Emma, where she's working on something, and she happens to notice the story in the paper. Her husband brings a paper home, and she just stiffens up, and she just experiences all this fear when she sees this. And we know something's not right, and she has secrets, but we don't know what those are. And then we're next introduced to Kate, who is a journalist, and she's working for a paper that's kind of floundering financially, so they're kind of going to the lengths of doing celebrity gossip and doing all these things to try and pick up the interest in the paper. But Kate is very bored with all this. She's a seasoned reporter, and she's more interested in the human interest side and stories of people, real stories. And she also sees the little blip in the paper about the newborn grave, and she thinks, why was that baby there? Who would have done that? And her curiosity is immediately piqued, and she wants to go and chase this story down. And then finally we're introduced to a character named Angela, and she is grieving because she is, the day that we meet her is a day that is the anniversary of when she lost a child. It's the birthday of that child, and this happened many, many years ago. People don't understand why she's still grieving about it, but she has no answers, and we understand that she's still looking for answers about what happened. So this is the setup of the story. We've got this grave site. We've got these two women who have things in their past that we want to learn more about. We learn about Kate and how she wants to uncover the story. And with that, we're off, and we go through all these elements of the story. And for me, the ending was very, very satisfying. So if you're looking for a great thriller with kind of an investigative tone to it, I would say that you might want to mind your triggers, because there are some hard things that happen to some young women in this story. So if there's things that might be in your past that are triggering, you may want to research a little more about that. I'm not going to go into more detail because I don't want to spoil anything about the story. but there is nothing that's overly detailed or gruesome, or it just feels like an investigative story to me. So I loved it. I hope you pick it up. It's a great summer read. Try it out. It's The Child by Fiona Barton.